Hi there, welcome to another video. Today I'll be talking about how to install drivers on this Pocket PC I have. Basically, I had this PC for a while and what happened is that it went corrupt. So I thought I would actually back it up, or restore it should I say, and it wouldn't work. So I reinstalled Windows on it and I lost all the drivers. I couldn't get in before I built it because it had obviously corrupt, so I was trying to actually install something. So here's this is a Pocket PC. It's a HDMI connection, and then we've got the two USB ports, then we've got the micro USB, which is the power supply, and a reset button, which is here, and we've got a memory card, which I'm not really using at the moment, and that's it. So this is pretty straightforward, but it's got Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, everything in it, but without drivers you can't use it. It's basically seen as a T6, and on the installation manual it says it's a W5 Pro. So the whole idea is how to install the drivers on this. After reading a lot of reviews or forums, I have found out how to install them, got the drivers, but it's not straightforward because that's Windows for you, and also this may not be part of the Windows 10 driver list, so half the drivers are not actually included, so you can't see it. And when we do install the drivers, it sometimes installs the wrong drivers, and we don't have any Wi-Fi drivers for this device. Without Wi-Fi we can't install anything. So the first thing is that we must have all the drivers, so you have to actually download those drivers from another PC and install it on a USB key, and then we'll actually install it on this device. So what I will be doing today is actually, what we'll have is, this has been built, so I've been through hours worth of installation, but I can go through and explain how it works. So basically you plug that HDMI cable, HDMI connection into the monitor, and then of the two USB ports, one of them will have a USB key, which is a bootable Windows 10. This will install Windows, and then the second one we can install a keyboard on it, and the keyboard will be allowing us to make the right selections of the options which come on the screen at the time of the installation. Hi there, so what I have here is a keyboard, a monitor, and a HDMI cable which is plugged into the monitor itself. So hopefully when I turn this on it will then flash up, and then I have to then power up the Pocket PC as well, so that would allow it to work. So I've turned on the PC right now, or should I say the Pocket PC, and hopefully something will come up on the screen in a minute. I've turned it on, the light is on it, and hopefully we should see something come up any moment now. Yep, so here we go, that's the boot BIOS screen that's come up. And let's see if it actually does come up afterwards, because it should say Windows installing. Right, I've just turned it on again, I think it's gone off. Let's see, yeah. So what we can also show you actually is, while I'm here in the section, so we're going to the BIOS itself, I don't know if you can see it. So we've got, basically what we do is, if we actually go into the boot devices here, so the boot device, make sure it's all set to this section here, which I don't know if you can see this, but yeah, so we've got the BCM2EA-A4, that's the Bluetooth device selection. If you click on it, it's got another one as well, but that's not the one that we need because that doesn't work. So let's just stick to the BCM2EA, that works quite well with the drivers. And then we've got the boot option priorities here, which is option 1, option 2, so we need to select option 1 and enter return, and then it'll ask you that, how do you want to boot your PC. So from the boot manager we will just select that we want the bear with me, I think we want the USB, so that would also come up. I don't think it's recognized a USB because I haven't plugged it in yet, so I plugged it in and I'll show you what it shows on the screen as well, sorry. Right, I've just plugged in the USB, which I didn't at the time, so yeah, so there we've got three options right now. So in the first one, on boot manager, we need to select the Kingston Traveller, and that would then boot straight from the Kingston. The reason why I want to select it this way is that once the installation is complete, it will then go back to the Windows installation, which is the Windows Manager, and which will default to Windows. We don't want to make it as a permanent boot option to USB, otherwise it'll just keep installing it and it would never go back to Windows again. So it's just easier that way. Or I know there's a hotkey of Windows 7 or some F7 or something that will also allow you to have the options available. So at the moment we just want to use as it is, so we don't want to use the Traveler, and we want to use the built-in shell. In fact, we'll do it without saving, and that should be it. So I have booted up again. Sorry about that focus. There we go. So if you press F7, we get these options available here. I've taken the USB key out, but it will come up on the screen, and you can select it from if you want to rebuild your PC. But anyway, that's straightforward. Once that's built, we've got Windows starting up. So once we go into the Windows section, I'll show you how it works then. Hi there. So Windows is loaded now, and as you can see, we've got this particular one I've got right now has got all the drivers in it. So if I click here, you can see that the Wi-Fi window will come up and it will show me all my Wi-Fi settings that I need. Usually if you don't have the driver, the option doesn't exist and it's not there at all. The way to actually do it is we need to go back in and make sure that we have one of the folders called Driver Store downloaded from the link I'm going to put down in my description. Once you have that Driver Store, so follow the instructions as I'm going to describe it in the link. So you need to copy that onto your desktop and leave it there. Or in fact, we don't have to copy it on the desktop, sorry, because we can copy it anywhere. It's copy in downloads, basically, where I've copied it, because we're going to install it in a different way. So once you have that driver copied onto your PC by USB key, you can go back into Manage. We don't want the Control Center. And just wait a couple of seconds, and hopefully we'll get the Device Manager up, and that's what's going to allow us to install everything. Device Manager is a key area where we want to see what drivers we have. In this case, all the devices have been installed successfully, so there are no question marks on here. But in this case, I just wanted to show you, if you have to install something, you'll have to imagine this is actually a question mark. What you'll do is you click on Update Driver, and then it will come up with the question of what you want to do. Just select the browser option to My PC, Downloads, and Driver Store T3, and click OK, and you click on Next, and then it will try to install the drivers for this machine. In this case, if I was to do this right now, it will probably say that's already installed successfully, and it won't do anything. There you go. It says the best driver is already installed. There's no need to do anything at all. So that's already installed, and it's found the drivers on this location. So that's one of the areas that we have to obviously make sure that manually we have to install the drivers. But before we do all of that, it's important that we take two files, which is basically the 435 NVRAM TXT and the other one, and copy into the drivers folder. The driver folder is available under under C, Windows, System 32, and then there's a folder called Drivers, which is just here. You can see that here, Drivers. Click in that, and we need to copy the two files, the NVRAM and the other file that I mentioned as well. Both of those need to be copied in, which are located in this section here. So yeah, we've got the 435 NVRAM TXT and AP6255 NVRAM Windows. Sorry, I just ran out of space, so on my memory card I had to put a new one in. So as I was saying, we need to copy those two files into C, Windows, System 32, drivers, and place them in the root of there in the drivers folder, and you'll notice that they will pop up. If it says it wants to overwrite, which shouldn't, that's fine. You can copy them in and it'll say override them. That's absolutely fine. And once that's done, you just go down and manually install the drivers, as I mentioned, via Device Manager, one by one. That would allow you to install all the PC or drivers on this PC. So just to wrap this up, so basically you will find lots of question marks on here, and then you have to go one by one. It's not necessary to do it automated or whatever, because there's only like 10 drivers or something, and you can right click one by one and install them, update driver, and that will then install it. Hi there, welcome back. So just so I am going to wrap this up, once the files from the driver store are copied on into System32 drivers folder, so these two files need to be copied into the C Windows System32 drivers folder. So once you copy those two in, then go back to your PC or the screen where it's got lots of question marks and unknown devices on. Starting from the top device, you open the device up, it will automatically be a question mark in there. You right click and say update driver, then you click the location where the driver store folder would be, and you select T3 on that, and that's just select T3 and anything below it will automatically be selected, and click OK and click next. Once you click next, it will automatically scan through all the drivers for that device, and hopefully it will find it. If it doesn't find it, then you carry into the next one, next one, next one, next one. You go all the way through, and when the remaining ones that are there, then you do the same thing on that again, and this time what you do, you select the other folder, which is T5. So you browse for the driver store T5 T6 folder, click OK, and then you do the same again, and then you do that onto the next one. Then hopefully that should then update them and look like this. And once it's all done, this is how your device manager should look like. There should be no unknown devices at all, and that should one reboot after that, and it should just burst into life. One more thing I forgot to mention, that once these files are copied into your driver location and the folder, make sure you reboot the PC and then start updating the device drivers in Device Manager, and that should work. And hopefully you'll see the Wi-Fi icon and everything else as well pop up. Okay, well, until next time, thanks for watching, and I hope that this was going to help some of us that have this device, which is the Intel PC Stick T6. Well, until next time, bye for now.